Hello students, let us continue with chapter 7 triangles, and we learn a new topic right now, which is criteria for congruency of triangles. As we proceed with the chapters, you will learn the different criterias, but now we are going to take a look at what is known as SAS, which stands for side angle side. But before I explain this to you, we will take a look at certain examples. Let us say I have two triangles ABC, PQR. The side of AB is 5, the side of PQ is 4, this is 3.5 and this is 2. Therefore, can we say that the two triangles are congruent? No, we cannot say, because none of the sides are equal. If I change this to say 3.5, so we have one side equal, but the other side, none of the sides are equal. If I change this to say let's 2, and this also has 2. Again, triangle ABC and PQR are not congruent. Why? Because this side AB is not matching with PQ. The other two sides, that is BC and QR, then AC and PR are equal, but AB and PQ are not congruent or not equal, which is why triangle ABC and PQR are not congruent. I will take another example. Now, if I take triangle ABC and PQR, they both look like right angle triangles, but are they congruent? That is, ABC, is it congruent to PQR? Let us check. We have an angle that is common, that is congruent, that is PQR is congruent to ABC, but take a look at side BC and QR. They are not equal, right? Therefore, we cannot say that ABC is congruent to PQR. But what if I just modify my triangle ABC can I say that the two triangles are congruent? You will notice that yes, the two triangles are congruent. Now how? See, I will take ABC. You have a side, you have a right angle in between, and then you have a side. So I will say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle. Now I am going from 8 to 5. So I will go RQP. So here which points are corresponding? A corresponds to R, B corresponds to Q, and C corresponds to P. So therefore the two triangles are congruent. Now, so therefore what you can say is, given any one side or one pair of sides or one pair of angles equal, we cannot prove congruency of triangles, which is in this case and the case that we had seen before erasing, before modifying my triangle ABC. But if you have any two sides and the included angle as congruent, that is the corresponding sides are equal and the corresponding angle are equal, then you can say that the two triangles are congruent. So, given any two sides of a triangle congruent and included angle between the two sides equal to the two sides of another triangle and included angle between the sides we can prove congruency of triangles. So what does this statement imply? That if I have been given any two sides of a triangle and the included angle means the angle between these two sides congruent to two sides of my triangle of another triangle and the included angle between them is equal, then we can prove that the two triangles are congruent. So in this case we have triangle ABC congruent to triangle RQP. This is the side angle test of congruence and it is SAS. So this stands for side angle side. Now this is a proof which cannot really be proved by using any of the theorems or axioms that we have learned before. Therefore, it is a universally accepted axiom and in your textbooks it is axiom 7.1. So let us see what does axiom 7.1 reads. Axiom 7.1 is going to be similar to this one. Let's just write this down. Two triangles are congruent if two sides and the included angle of a triangle are equal to two sides and included angle of another triangle. So this is your axiom 6.1. Now based on this axiom 7.1. Now based on this axiom, we are going to take a look at the few solved examples on pages 113 and 114. Let me just erase the board and write down the questions for you. So I am writing down my first question. This is on page 113, solved example 1. I have this figure marked as CB, O, A and D. I have been given that AO is equal to BO and CO is equal to DO. Now let's see what needs to be done. So let's write the given. OA is equal to OB, OD is equal to OC. So this is marked. OA, OB, OC and OD are equal. You need to prove that triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC and AD is parallel to BC. So let's see how we go about the proof. So first of all, they have mentioned the order of the triangle, that is the corresponding vertices. I have A corresponding to B, so A and B, then O corresponding to O because it's the common angle, and D corresponds to C. So, and we need to prove that these two triangles, that is AOD is congruent to triangle BOC. So let us see how we are going to do this. So if I consider my two triangles AOD and BOC, what do I have? I have OA equal to OB, which is given. I have OC equal to OD, which is given, correct? Also, if you notice, these are a pair of vertically opposite angles. So, which angles? I have angle BOC is equal to angle AOD. Why? Because they are a pair of vertically opposite angles. Also note the order in which I mentioned. I went from B to O, then O to C. So, if you notice, it would be A to O and O to D, not DOA. If I am going this way, it does not imply that I have to go this way. See, there is a single line over here. That means these two lines are congruent. So, these are the corresponding sides. So, if I am going from B to O, I go from A to O and then O to D. So, I have a single, then double here, single and double here. So, therefore, by using axiom 7.1, what can I say? That the two triangles are congruent through the SAS test of congruency. So, let us solve this. In triangle AOD and triangle BOC, I have what? OA is equal to OB given. Writing these reasons are very important. Okay, so if something is given, you have to mention that it's given. If you have proved something, you have to say that we have proved in certain step, and marking steps in those cases are important, and then giving references later. Okay, so these sections, please do not miss it out, and it is a very good practice to start writing your reasons now itself, because as in when you proceed further in your classes, let's say your 10th, 12th, if you plan to take up maths in your future years, then you will find the importance of reasoning, because you will be able to derive such important theorems and formulas just by reasoning and marking your whatever you prove, right. So, let us continue. This is given. Also, I have OC is equal to OD, but here I have I just mentioned OC is equal to OD, but we are taking which triangle? AOD first and then BOC. Therefore, I will say OD is equal to OC. Although OC is equal to OD is given, but since I am considering triangle AOD first, I have to give reference to OD, not OC, because it would imply that OC is present in triangle AOD, correct. So, I will say OD is equal to OC, because OD belongs to AOD and OC belongs to BOC, and this is also given, correct. Now, the included angle. So, I have my included angle AOD. Angle AOD is equal to angle BOC. Why? Because they are vertically opposite angles. Therefore, what can I say? Therefore, triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC by SAS test of congruence. Or you can just write SAS test. So, the first part is proved. We have proved that AOD is equal to BOC. Now, remember initially when we just started with the chapter, I mentioned that if two triangles are congruent, then the corresponding angles and the corresponding sides are going to be equal, right. So, now if you notice over here, I have triangle AOD, correct, and triangle BOC. So, what are my corresponding angles going to be? See now, if I take OAD, so OAD goes from the center, that is the point of intersection of CD and BA, right. It goes from the center to A, but A corresponds to what? B, correct. So, if I take my angle OAD, this angle, I will take into consideration this angle OBC, correct. Now, since the two triangles are congruent, I have angles OAD and OBC equal. Why? Because they are corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Remember, we learned the term CPCT. So, I will say second part, triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC, correct. I will mark this statement as 1 over here. So, I will say from 1. Correct. So, these two triangles are congruent, therefore, and I have taken reference from equation 1. So, my angle OAD is going to be equal to angle OBC. Why? I'm going to write CPCT, which stands for corresponding parts of congruent triangles, or you can even write CSCT, which means corresponding sides of congruent triangles. But if you notice, OAD and OBC, they are a pair of alternate angles, alternate interior angles for lines BC, AD and a transversal BA, correct? So if the given pair of interior alternate angles are equal, what can you say? That the two lines are parallel. So therefore what can we say? That AD is parallel to BC. So I'll say, but angle OAD and angle OBC are a pair of alternate interior angles, correct? Therefore AD is parallel to BC. Hence, both the required proofs have been proved. Let's move on to solved example number 2. Okay, so in solved example number 2 also we have a diagram. Let me draw that quickly. So I see a line L and triangle PAB, and this line L is cutting my side AB at point C. Let's see what is given and what we need to do. So let me write the given. AB is a line segment and L is the perpendicular bisector of AB. So AB is, L is perpendicular to AB, correct? Since L is the perpendicular bisector of AB, I can write given L is perpendicular to AB, L bisects AB. Therefore what do I have? It's bisecting AB at C, correct? Therefore what do I have? I have CA is equal to CB. So I can say CA is equal to CB, right? Also, point P lies on line L. So point P, we can see it from the diagram itself, lies on L, and P is equidistant from A and B. Oh, we need to prove that P is equidistant from A and B. It is not given. So we need to prove that PA is equal to PB. So let's rewrite this to prove that PA is equal to PB. Let us see how we are going to do this. I'll say proof. Whenever you've been asked to prove something, you're going to write given to prove that and prove. And whenever you're given to find out something, you're going to say given to find and solution. Okay. So first of all, let's take the two triangles. Now I have CA is equal to CB. So I'll just mark this. Also, there's a perpendicular over here. So these both angles are 90 degrees and we have PC as the common line, right? So I'm just marking this by a dot. So if you take into consideration triangles PCA and PCB, what do you get? You have CA is equal to CB. Why? Because PC is the line L is the perpendicular bisector of AB at point C. Therefore, CA is equal to CB. Also, you have the included angle here. Let's say PC is the common side between the two triangles, right? That is in PCA and PCB. And there is an included angle over here which is 90 degrees. So, angle PCA is equal to angle PCB. Therefore, the two triangles, that is triangle PCA is congruent to triangle PCB through the SAS test of congruence, right? Therefore, now what we need to prove that PA is equal to PB. Then once you have proved that the two triangles are congruent, you can obviously say that this side is equal to this side through corresponding pair of congruent triangles. So let's write down this proof. So I'll say in triangle PCA and triangle PCB, I have CA is equal to CB. Why? Since L bisects AB at point C. Correct? Also, what do I have? I have PC is the common side for both triangles. So you have found another pair of congruent side, which is PC for both the triangles. Then you have angle PCA is equal to angle PCB. Both are right angles. Why both are right angles? Because it's been given that L is perpendicular to AB. Therefore, what can I say? That triangle PCA is congruent to triangle PCB. How? Through the SAS test of congruence. So, I will just write SAS test. Therefore, what do I have? PA is equal to PB. Why? Corresponding paths of congruent triangles. Hence proved. So, I will say hence proved. There is a very small section that I need to complete before we wind up today's class. Now we learn that two triangles are congruent if there are two sides and the included angle congruent for the two triangles. But what if I have two triangles A, B, C and triangle P, Q, R. So, what do I have is, I have two triangles over here where the sides are equal. If you see 5 centimeter here and 5 centimeters here, 4 centimeter here and 4 centimeters here. Also you have one angle that is congruent, that is 50 degree here and 50 degree here. Can you say that the two triangles are congruent? No, you cannot. It is not the included angle. So, when the angle is not included, you cannot really prove that the two triangles are congruent. Therefore, although SAS is a test of congruency, ASS does not stand, also SSA do not stand. So, only when you have two sides and an angle, the only test that stands is the SAS test of congruence. So, with this we wind up today's class. We will take a look at the other criteria for congruency of triangles in the forthcoming lectures. Thank you.
Hope this video increased your knowledge. For more such videos and a completely free educational content, log on to www.epathshala.org or visit our ePathshala YouTube channel. We have each and every question solved for maths, physics, chemistry and biology. So subscribe our channel, share with your friends, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter handle for regular updates and important educational tips, and also win ePathshala goodies. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel and enjoy the freedom of education.